like this, and it's just just cutting, just very cutting. How can you expect for your people to follow you with respect? Because what they're gonna be like, oh, you can either lead by fear or you can lead by respect.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been in leadership positions, small leadership positions before, and I want to lead by respect. And so how you do that is if I step forward and say, hey, people, you know what, this is what's going on. You know, I'm having an issue. Can okay? And then I give you one time. Now with that, he could have done something like that. And then if he kept having this problem, then he could have addressed it, more formal in a formal letter. But it's not. I say this, DJ, but maybe I'm wrong. It's not almost what he said. Well, to a certain degree, it's what he said, but it's how he also slicing.
Yes,
It's harsh how he did. Because I often tell people, many times it's not what you're trying to say, it's how you say it.
Mm-hmm.
And with Steve Harvey, this man, to me, he says that he's a Christian man. Then he says he's not going to apologize. That was another thing. I don't know. What do you think, DJ Buttons?
That's what I mean about being a narcissistic is you don't think you were wrong. I mean, and you might not be to your own, left to your own, what you call morals or whatever, but if somebody telling you that this just don't sound good or that, hey, that's a bad way to talk to me, you gotta listen to them, You can't just say, well, I put the rule down, that's it, I'm over it, It's a way to say things to people without coming across as, a jerk.
And don't, DJ Buttons and family, help me out here. Do y'all think that it comes across, that he came across a little bit prideful and lacking in humility? And reason why that's important, because here's a man that quotes God and quotes, the Bible and quotes about being humble, but yet, if you're going to quote this and you're going to say this, then you got to walk it. And yes, he is human. He makes mistakes. But to go back and say, I'm not going to apologize. I no need to apologize. Part of being a so-called Christian is, saying, you know what, okay. And he did say, hey, I could have handled it better. Mm-hmm. Instead of saying, you know what, I messed up. Yeah. I man up.
It kind of also goes against like the other things he's been going to with his image. I don't know who's his PR person, but I don't think they're doing a good job with him. If it's their job to try to just have him go into a certain direction, I mean the direction he's going in is like killing him publicly, and I don't think that's good for him.
Yeah, I am.
That's gonna be his demise.
I agree with you. For many years, I've been a fan of Steve Harvey. I mean, I've really, up until recently, with him going to talk to Trump. I'm not a fan of Trump. I'm sorry, people. I'm not. But brother Steve is, in a sense, to me, for me, I don't look at him the same as, recently. With the meeting with Trump and how basically that now this so I'm trying to see it on both sides. I'm trying to give the man a fair shake. Mm-hmm. But to me it's like, okay, on one side would you agree with DJ Buttons that the man needs his privacy? He has a right to
But like you said, when you're a celebrity, first of all, that's one not. Secondly, if this is something you've been doing all the time, to me it's just bad time.
Yeah,
the move and everything.
So DJ Buttons, you think you said earlier that this move, because I know he's moving from Chicago to LA. You think that really has something to do with it? I mean, explain. Can you explain?
People gonna want to know, what's happening. Am I gonna have a job, or is it possible that I can come to LA? And he's not trying to hear that right now. So that's probably what I think it is, because
Wow. So you think that he's probably looking at cutting some folks? He's
looking
for
it good. Now all of a sudden you got to go look for work in the middle of the summer.
Right.
Nobody want to do that,
especially in Chicago too.
That's very bad time.
Man, I mean, let's keep it real.
The whole thing, it's just sad.
So that brother,
the way he's handling it.
Hell, man, that brother.
And like you say, he could have had a company meeting and answered all the questions
Right.
and been like, this is what's going to happen. And he could have answered the questions then. Now, you don't even want nobody to come approach you. They got to make a personal appointment.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. They're sitting working for you every day.
Well, how can this man expect any type of loyalty? That's what I'm saying. Any type of loyalty when he comes across like, and that's what when people
That's what I said, that's going to be his number.
right. When I see the blogs and what people are saying, well, Steve has a right to do this. He's an entertainer. And I say, okay, well, you know what? Yes, but as an employee, if my employer is coming across like that, trust me, I've been in a lot of jobs, and I'm gonna have questions. I'm gonna start thinking, okay, you know what? I'm gonna start thinking of an exit plan. That's just me. I can't.
Your mind is not gonna be on your work.
Right.
You have poor performance.
Right.
And who knows? You might sabotage some stuff.
And this leak was put out by.
I'll be like, look, I'm taking this cup with me.
Exactly. You know what? I'm taking this cup. Got a couple of these pins over here.
Like Steve Harvey looking like, I'm to my cup. Got it. I got Steve Harvey cup on eBay.
Man, forget that
Get
cup.
something about him.
Get a couple of them suits that he be getting on. Like, I got a couple of Steve Harvey suits. From the wardrobe. I'm just saying that's but you have to really. I just think that he went off of emotion, and it's easy to do when I'm saying you go off emotion and you don't think things through, and it is what it is. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I think that brother just got caught up on emotion, and he is. I listened to his show in the morning, and he talks about other people getting caught up, other people, and it starts with a downfall of anybody. I feel, DJ, but I don't know what you think about this. It gradually builds up and goes downhill. You start off, a lot of it is, I think, it could be pride. Starting off with pride. You think you're bigger than all that, and then you start acting a certain way. The next thing you know, little by little, stuff starts going downhill, more and more downhill.
That's why I said that's the beginning of his demise, his pride.
Yeah, his pride. So, am I going to stop listening to the brother?
It's this saying that I like on this song. I think Harold Melvin wrote it.
Right.
Chances go up and prices go down or something like that. And it says the same people that you meet going up is the same people you're going to meet coming down.
My mother used to say that, people, and that's what we gotta recognize, because my mother used to always say that, what, better be careful who you step on your way up, or while you're up there, because what, could be the same people that can either help you or hurt you on your way down. That's just food for thought, people. But going on, we can keep going on and on about this thing with.
At the end of the day, he got to live his life.
Yes, he does.
Nobody is responsible for it but him, and he's probably made enough money to live comfortably.
Oh yeah.
But as far as building on what he's trying to accomplish, I think he's damaging that a lot with his recent moves and antics. So
yeah, the only thing
from his PR person, I'm like, hey, you don't have to come to me before you start making these decisions. Doing this stuff. Because you're killing us.
The thing that really sets in my mind is this is a man that speaks about the Christian faith. He speaks about all these things about being humble and helping others. And he's not perfect. None of us are perfect. But if you're going to speak on these things, and if somebody calls you to the carpet about something that is wrong, then you got to man up and say, you know what, okay. And even he came out and said, you know what, I probably didn't handle this the best way.
Yeah.
And
he's supposed to talk about it in the morning. I don't know if that's
right.
Thing to get ratings or whatever, but I'm sure there's going to be more talk on it tomorrow. But I like to hear what he has to say, how he handles. He didn't handle the last one so well. So
right.
But you know what? I'm looking.
I just, the thing about it is,
I'm not looking for a great response.
you know, family, I'm gonna say this. Now I'm gonna flip it on the other side. And the reason why this thing with Steve Harvey is very interesting to me, in comparison to Donald Trump, our current president, because throughout Donald Trump's campaign run and throughout Donald Trump has never shown any type of humility. When I look at these situations between with Donald Trump, let's talk about moving on. Let's talk about Donald Trump firing James Comey, his FBI director.
And it's a lot of controversy involved in it.
DJ Buttons, roll that tape. Let's show the people what we're talking about.
It's just crazy. I mean, he kind of admitted to some folks that he was looking for an excuse to fire him anyway.
There you go. There you go.
Let me see if I can find a little clip on that.
Play that clip, DJ.
Americans, 80.
Of course, we got commercials, you know, and this stuff. Everybody wants to get ads.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So bear with us for a second.
Technical.
Plus, we got some buffalo food going on here. I don't know why. Should be that much buffalo. Yep, but I was trying to listen in on the hearings last night, but I fell asleep, you know. But here's one take on it from
The FBI has been in turmoil. You know that. I know that. Everybody knows that. You take a look at the FBI a year ago. It was in virtual turmoil less than a year ago. It hasn't recovered from that.
Monday, you met with the Deputy Attorney General, Rod Rosenstein.
Right.
Did you ask for a recommendation?
What I did is I was going to fire Comey. My decision. It was not.
You had made the decision before they came in the room.
I was going to fire Comey. There's no good time to do it, by the way.
Because in your letter you said I accepted their recommendation,
Yeah, well,
so you had
also,
already made the decision.
I was going to fire regardless of recommendation.
So there was really room.
He made a recommendation. He's highly respected, very good guy, very smart guy. The Democrats like him, the Republicans like him. He made a recommendation, but regardless of recommendation, I was going to fire Comey.
Let me ask you about your termination letter to Mr. Comey. You write, I greatly appreciate you informing me on 3 separate occasions that I am not under investigation. Why did you put that in there?
Because he told me that. I mean, he told me
He told you weren't under investigation with
and
regard to the Russia investigation?
I've heard that from others. I think.
Was it in a phone call? Did you meet face to face?
I had a dinner with him. He wanted to have dinner because he wanted to stay on. We had a very nice dinner at the White House very early on. A dinner was arranged. I think he asked for the dinner. And he wanted to stay on as the FBI head. And I said, I'll consider. We'll see what happens. But we had a very nice dinner. And at that time, he told me, you are not under investigation, which I knew anyway.
That was one meeting. What was the
First of all,
other
when
two?
you're under investigation, you're giving all sorts of documents and everything. I knew I wasn't under. And I heard it was stated at the committee, at some committee level, that I wasn't. Number one.
So that didn't come directly
then
from
during
him.
the phone call, he said it, and then during another phone call, he said it. So he said it once at dinner, and then he said it twice during phone calls.
Did you call him?
In one case, I called him. In one case, he called me.
And did you ask, am I under investigation?
I actually asked him, yes. I said, if it's possible, would you let me know, am I under investigation? He said, you are not under investigation.
But he's given sworn testimony that there's an ongoing investigation into the Trump campaign and possible collusion with the Russian government. You were the centerpiece of the Trump campaign.
Well,
so was he being truthful when he says you were under investigation?
I know that I'm not under investigation, me, personally. I'm not talking about campaigns. I'm not talking about...
So what you got to think about that?
Well, all right, family, y'all help me out on this one. Okay, so let's roll back the tape. So Trump, he just goes and fires James Comey. Okay, now his reasoning, the James Comey, who is for the people that don't know, former FBI director. He was, of course, under Obama administration. So Basically.
And there's some more controversy.
And some more
too,
controversy now.
He was
go
supposed
ahead,
to try to. He was investigating Hillary's email.
Yes, he was.
So Trump was praising him on that, but when he didn't follow through with it, he got kind of mad at it.
Exactly.
At him. Gave him bad praise, but then he later on opened that investigation again. So Trump was like, "Okay, you're my boy again. Give me that."
Yeah. So now, when we rolled the tape, as I was watching this today, now you have to understand that the FBI director was investigating the allegations of Russian relations with not just with Trump, but also the Russian government meddling in the elections.
Yes.
Okay, and so today I watched this same broadcast of Donald Trump speaking to Lester on CBS News, saying that that the director had told Trump that no, you're not being investigated, but apparently Trump was getting frustrated with Director Comey because Director Comey was, he just kept going on and on about this investigation into, the allegations. And so Trump was getting frustrated with it. So, Trump said, you know what? I don't like this guy. Trump even came out and said, this guy, he's a show off. He's this, he's that. And it's like, wow, okay. These are the statements that Trump has said himself. But this is the same man that, to me, shows the same attributes of being a so-called show-off, or as he calls it. So I family, chime in on this. What do y'all think? I mean, to me, this has been an interesting week, I would say, between the Donald Trump firing of Comey. And also, let's be honest, Steve Harvey, I see some similarities between the two. Very similar. I see a lot of it is a little bit of pride on both men that are supposed to be leaders. Now, the difference is that one man who espouses, Christianity, humbleness and everything, okay, I get that. Then the other man, we just know that, this man, he's just what it is. Let's call Trump what he is. He's just a narcissist, egotistical, I put him on the same level of if he could be an Adolf Hitler, because this man, he wants to be a dictator. But family, what do y'all think? I mean, somebody help me out.
It's kind of also interesting that he requested that the FBI director send him what he was going to, I guess, expose to the hearings that the Senate called him into. So, and he didn't do it.
Right.
So he was kind of mad at him for that too. So
yes,
he had a lot of personal things to fire this dude for, which had nothing to do with personally doing his job. It was mostly just stuff that he didn't like and stuff against him. So I kind of find that sad that it happened the way it did, and that he also has the power to fire somebody that is investigating you. I mean, how is that? That just seemed like conflict of interest,
DJ Buttons, I want to talk about that because that is so, you're so right that with this firing, it really shows that this leader, he cannot separate business, and we see that with the way Trump tweets personal things, but business and personal. And I believe, now call me a conspiracy theorist, but I believe that really the reason why he fired the director was because the director was, getting close to fire. And, I find it strange. Let's even go further, that we know where there's smoke, there's a fire, because before this, Michael Flynn, who Trump appointed, we already know that he has had ties with Russia. Okay, now Trump has been trying. It's getting hot in the kitchen, y'all. As my mother used to say, it's getting hot in the kitchen because you know what, Michael Flynn, who Trump basically hired, and then Trump tried to say the Obama administration should have vetted Michael Flynn better. I'm like, wow, where did this come from? Wait a minute, you hired this man Now we find out that, you know what?
Obama administration, I heard, told him not to hire.
Exactly.
Because of his
I was reading that. I was reading that on the Huffington Post. The Obama administration came out and told the Trump administration, do not hire Michael Flynn. Don't do it. But what does your boy do? Your boy say, you know what?
Because he's all things anti-Obama.
There you go. Everything anti-Obama. So I'm just saying, people, you know, people got to wake up and smell the coffee on this one. Come on, y'all. Do something. I mean, come on, family. Can y'all help me out here? What do y'all think? I mean, is there a smoking gun here? I mean, come on now.
It is. It is what it is. I mean, but pretty much there's nothing we can do about it. You know, we can go out there and vote and get him out of there next time. And maybe some of these other people that are a lot similar to him, you know, and just terrible for the country.
Right, right.
That's the main thing we need to do. But are we going to be too distracted or uninterested in doing that? You know, the main thing I see is that a lot of people are fed up with voting.
Yes.
You know, I've seen that in the last election. They're like, oh, voting ain't doing nothing for us, especially the Afrocentric community. They're pushing this. Hey, what are we voting for? Nobody's going to do anything for you. Let's just not do nothing.
But the fallacy
So
with
this is
that,
how you're getting a
okay,
Trump.
the fallacy with that, if you don't vote, don't complain. That's my belief. You know, people say, you know, my vote don't count, whatever. You know what? If you don't vote, don't complain. Because, you know what, the people that didn't vote, they say, well, you know what, I didn't vote for Hillary, I didn't vote. Yes, you know, we didn't have much to choose from, but you know what? That vote went for Trump. Whether you want to call it or not, it went for Trump. Every vote. You know, when Obama ran, black folks came out. But you know,
Everybody came out.
I was reading the statistics, man. It was such a low number in the African American community. It was like maybe 22 something. It was a low percentage. It was in the 20s and 30s, and it's just like, you know, on his last election. You know, because yes, we were frustrated with it, but you know what? That's still not a reason. Yes, you know what? You take the lesser of two evils. You get out there and vote, people. You get out there and vote.
A lot of our people kind of did that because you had Tavis Smiley and what's his name going and basically telling them, look, trying to strong arm, look, you need to do something for our people. You know? Right. I'm like, really? I mean, that's not how you do things.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you did want him to do something, you could have went behind closed doors. You don't have a damn town hall on national TV and call out the president. Certain things to do, certain ways to do things with that too, you know.
Right, right.
Then you got the Afrocentric community. Well, he's for gays. He's bombing these countries and this and that, you know. So they were mad at him, you know, and they just started trying to push people away from voting.
Right.
And I think right now, a lot of people are fed up with voting. So.
Yes, I agree.
To reel them back in, I don't know. It's going to take a strong campaign by the Democrats, and you know, if they can somehow watch this or get word, you know,
right.
This is just warning them in advance. You know, they on the ropes right now.
Yes, you know, but you know what? I'll be honest with you. Both, in my opinion, DJ Buttons, both parties are on the ropes. I look at the Republicans, and you know, the Republican Party. They don't want to back this cat. They do not want to back this cat. So you know
what? They stick together. They said they weren't gonna vote for Trump, but they want to press that button anyway.
But you know what?
That's how you got a Trump.
You know what, brother? I'll be honest with you, man. The Republicans, I don't think they want him in there anymore because
they wasn't gonna vote for it.
But I'm talking about right now. This man, he has shown himself to be an embarrassment to the Republican Party. Let's be honest.
But he's kind of doing their dirty work, though.
Yes. Yeah.
As far as this wall, as far as dismantling social programs, as far as defunding Planned Parenthood and all of these other things, he's doing all their dirty work. And then what's good is now they can walk away from him and say he wasn't a Republican anyway.
Right. But you know what?
He was a tyrant.
Let's be honest.
We don't like him either.
Let's be honest, family. This man was not a Republican. He was a Democrat. Remember, you go back to the 90s.
You call him a Democrat.
You know what? No, you go back to the 90s, man. This was the same man that voted for Bill Clinton. This was the same man that many fundraisers, he supported the Democrats. I mean, this man did.
That was political. I mean,
That was
money involved.
That was money involved, but still, you know what? And when people say, "Oh, you know what? He's against the political machine of Washington," this is the same dude that was a part of the political machine, as being a lobbyist. As you know, when you go to Washington and you got lobbyists, people, hey man, one hand washes the other. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna put some money in your coffer fund. You know, go ahead, Clinton, go ahead. But yet he sold that dream to a lot of uneducated people.
But the main thing I tell people is, how can he be an outsider when companies run America right now? It's a corporatocracy. So, if anything, he is one of the head guys that's running the country. He's not an outsider.
And look at his cabinet.
In big business,
Exactly.
and got money, is part of the machine that's running the country. They are not an outsider. I hate to break it down or tell people that, because I don't know how they could have got the two crossed.
DJ Buttons.
You got to be very ill, something wrong with you.
But family, let's think about this. What DJ Button says is so true. Have y'all looked at his cabinet? He's got CEOs. He's got money people. You look at his cabinet, who he has. These are people that are just, you know what? These are not career politicians. These are business folks. These are people from Fortune 500 companies. The insiders, the people that, you know what? Yeah, okay, so people saying, well, you know what? These aren't people that were politicians. You know what? Yes, but these are the same people that were part of the lobbying force that could move the politicians. It's all about the machine. I'm just saying, y'all. That, I don't know. What y'all think, family? I mean, holler at your boy. Let me know.
Ain't no if and buts about it.
Right.
He kind of sold it on, because I'm not in office, I'm an outsider.
Let's move on and talk about bosses. Bosses, employee relationship. Family, let's be honest, we would like some of the audience to, chime in on this. Let's talk about, what do you feel makes a good boss? Chip in on it, holler.
Well, I don't like the word boss, first.
Okay. Manager, leader,
I'm like Dave Dash when they call me that. They ain't calling me man on my boss.
All right, so DJ Buttons.
I'm sorry.
Well, okay. So, what are the things that give us some of your experiences of managers, in your career time that you thought were good managers? What was a good? What was a bad manager? What was the things that you saw?
Well, first off, just want to say that it's more to it than just.
They would show me a task or something. They would be right there with me. If it was a new task I didn't understand, but also they showed me respect as a human being. Just because they were my superior, this individual, these individuals, they would show me respect. And from what and when there was a fire or something, they weren't quick to throw you under the bus. They weren't quick to. If unless it was something that you really screwed up and it was all on you, and say, hey, you know what? But in my opinion, interviewed me, hired me, and one of the things, she allowed me to do my job. If you have a manager that's always micromanaging you, then that shows that's two things. One, they don't trust you, or two, they don't trust themselves. Because if they, it's one thing not to trust you, but also too, what I mean by what I think not trusting themselves, okay, if a manager, in my opinion, is sound in their decision on how they're going to run things, then they're going to put themselves in a position to have people that can do the job, people that they know can do the job, and let them go with it. That's my viewpoint on it.
Yep, that's a manager.
That's a manager.
You got some people who are just only a manager by title. They pretty much press buttons, like a button push.
Yeah.
But my take is, what sets a real leader in a company from a button pusher or a person that's just a manager by title is somebody that actually has a vision, actually able to move people, you know, and get them to do stuff without threatening them or belittling them, or putting them down or tearing them down. Somebody that's not protective of their position, but willing to grow so that, you know, the whole company can grow. Somebody up under them can later on take their position and they can go on to a higher position. You know, that's leadership. But
yes.
if you got somebody protecting their position, they're going to be sabbatical. They're going to be combative. They're going to tear you down, you know, because they don't want you trying to get what they got. That's not a leader.
Yes.
That's just a manager by title, you know, and I see a lot of that in different companies where you know, somebody get a title, all of a sudden they're like Trump or Steve Harvey, you know, don't talk to me, or, you know, hey, get over here and do that, you know, just treating you any kind of way. I think they stop.
That's when a person that's a manager becomes what I call a dictator.
Hold on, let's go to break, because I think Facebook has put a limit on time.
Okay.
And it says 240 minutes, but there's no way we didn't went beyond 240 minutes. So,
Wow.
Facebook is tripping on that aspect.
Break.
Yeah.
My phone is dead anyway. I couldn't finish watching.
I don't understand.
We had 1 or 2 people.
That's gonna mess up a lot of stuff.
How many did you